Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Changeling the Lost, Littlebrook Reunion. I am, as always, your storyteller, Chris, the Primogen, and with me I have my amazing cast of players here once again to see how horrible life can get when you're in a small Minnesota town called Littlebrook. I'm glad to see you all here. Hope you're all hale and healthy in these troubling times. And before we get started with the game, we're, of course, going to introduce our players and then have Toring do some announcements, I believe, and finally a recap of me before the game starts. So, how can I make this complicated for everyone? Oh, Trev is on his way. So, you folks sort this out while I try to change the camera so he can get into the stream. Here we go.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
No
I had to
worries.
help my mother-in-law with the groceries. I'm gonna leave my camera off for a second. I'm still not done getting this.
Absolutely no problem.
yeah.
Happy to see you here, buddy. There we
Good
go.
timing, hey? Have you guys started the stream yet?
Yep, we just started.
Yep. Just started.
Dang.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm happy that you're here.
Okay.
See you in
All
a
right,
bit.
see you guys in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Oh God, the stream. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some work here.
I think we should
Harry,
wait
why don't you start?
until...
Yes, hi,
Oh.
I'm Harry. I play Nate, and I am Ferris.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Meg.
Hi, I am Adam, and I play Jonas, a Darkling. Up in the top right corner,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
Nova.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I play Nova, and she's a beast.
Tide.
Hi, I'm Kitsu, and I play Tide. Tide is an elemental, and I'm in the upper left corner, usually.
Sort of.
Chris, you're always trying
Hello?
to come up with convoluted ways
God,
to make us
yeah.
introduce
Why does
ourselves.
it? I'll just hand
And
the
yet
reins
it's the
over to
most awkward
Toring.
one is when we just have to introduce ourselves without your guidance.
I would
I know,
say that
right?
Toring's doing a great job with it.
All
There
right.
you go.
Anyway.
Togo. Hi,
I'm
Torin.
Trev.
Fit in the
I'm
frame.
Trev, and I need to get some groceries. I'll be right back.
All right. Perfect.
All right, I'll go. I'm Tori. I play Lars. He is a wizened. He is the grumpy old man of the group. And then while Chris continues to adjust settings, I will roll into the announcements.
Wait, Nova.
Oh, she announced.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go into
Pay
the.
attention.
Yes, sorry. There we go. Everything's good.
There
Announcements.
we go.
Should we introduce Trev as well, or
He
do we
did.
wait for him to come back?
He did. He introduced
Oh,
himself.
he did.
He plays
Weird.
Cyrus. He's an ogre.
Sorry,
Yes.
I
Alright,
didn't
so,
hear.
Announcements. 6 days left on the Technocracy Reloaded Kickstarter. It is at 156,000 out of the
Jeez.
35,000, so they have done really well on that. So if you are not aware, Technocracy is a kind of a tradition of mage, but
No.
they're more of an antagonist. They're more like technology, futuristic type stuff tied in or kind of combined with magic. So if that strikes your fancy, go check that out. The other big thing this week is that Oak, Ash, and Thorn it's a companion book for Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition, which is what we play, is now out on Drive-Thru RPG and on the Storyteller's Vault. Expanded rules for freeholds, selection of seeds for sample freeholds in 4 international locations, rules for creating new court bargains, and an introduction to non-traditional mantles, including free companies, traveling bands, and lost dynasties, with a playable example of each. So rather than just having information on like the seasonal courts, this seems like it allows you to customize them or do build mantles for stuff outside of that. I know there's a mention in the book of the directional courts, so this would probably give you the option of creating mantles for those. Also includes entitlements, so the titles of nobility that changelings assume to inherit mystical legacies from the lost who came before them, including 3 full examples with accompanying tokens and merits, and expanded rules for tokens including 2 new types with examples, guidelines for creating your own, in a system for ripping out one's heart to become unkillable. So all kinds of fun stuff in that book. You can get the PDF for only $6.99. Otherwise, you can get the. Looks like they've got just 2 softcover options, $19.99 and $14.99. So some great options at a really affordable price. So go check that out. I don't know if there's a link in the sidebar, but I'll see if I can post one. You know, sometimes that's
I might be able if I might be able to get if you send me the link on Discord, I will be able to post it because I think as a mod I might be able to.
Okay, I was gonna say I think as a mod you can, but I don't think I can.
No,
so
I will.
I just posted it in the Discord. Chris will throw that in the sidebar.
Perfect. There we go. It looks absolutely amazing, by the way. There we go.
Looks really cool.
Perfect.
I
Thank
think
you very
that's
much.
all I've got today.
Thank you very much, Touring. And with that, we will go on with a little bit of a recap what happened last time. So, you all essentially freed somewhere between 20 to 30 people. 27 eventually is what you settled on after doing a head count. And you brought them all back with you to our world. And that turned out to be fairly traumatic. Well, the entire situation turned out to be fairly traumatic because you had saved these people from one of the true Fae who had been killed, destroyed in a duel with another being that you're not entirely that you were not entirely sure what they were, if they were a hobgoblin or whatever. They, however, claimed, go get her name. Eliza claimed that she had now taken on the mantle of the Sanguine Duchess, but she owed you a life boon for this because you saved her. The intention was that she would die after she had destroyed the previous Sanguine Duke. Regardless, the servants, the guards, and others who worked for the Sanguine Duke escaped with you back to Earth, becoming more human, yet not completely human again. And you brought them with you to Littlebrook, transporting them in the Beetle, the Volkswagen Beetle, I believe. No, the bus anyway, that belonged to Lars. And they all were giving temporary resting places in the gymnasium, or the gym of the school, the gym building, PE, physical education. You encountered, of course, also the other members of the Freehold who had been missing for quite a while. It would seem that they spent a long time in the hedge, but they were successful in retrieving the lead required to recreate the leaded mirror, the last of the 4 artifacts required to complete the contract of sealing Littlebrook in once more. The 5th component, however, the sacrifice of a life, is something you have still not quite decided on, and the last attempt was made, after all, with the lives of fetches, which some of you believe may have corrupted the contract or otherwise made the elements and the seasons angry, the ones who were the other party of this contract. So you were essentially having a long, heated discussion on what exactly to do right now. There's 7 days left, less than 7 days left, 6.5, and you have all awoken. You have all essentially gotten together to have breakfast and decide what your next course of action is. And while you were doing that, Silas remembered that there was something not quite from our world, from the True Phase world, nor the Hedge or the world of the Goblin King, and that was something that had come crashing into the forest almost 70 years ago, maybe even more, and that Silas, from before he was taken, had found. So perchance that is what you will be finding next. But what you will do, we will find out very soon, because now I hope you will all join me to play a storytelling game of beautiful madness. So, where were you last time? Where we stopped?
I believe we were bickering over what we should do, and then the agreement was made that we would continue to bicker, but while we dug out the meteor.
This is true. You were going to head into the forest to find the meteor that Silas had once found. Now, he doesn't actually remember exactly where it was, though. After all, it's been quite a while, and his memory's not quite what it used to be.
I think we were gonna try and track down the science teacher because he had a piece of it.
Maybe it's magnetic.
The science teacher, of course, this would have been in the 40s.
Oh, that's right. He's
Yes,
gone.
he's long gone, unfortunately. But you do have a few options. You could certainly try to find this piece of the meteorite in the school storage somewhere, perhaps, if it was still there. Or if you have any other ideas of where you might find this rock. The forests around Littlebrook are fairly big, after all. It's pretty hard to know exactly where something would have fallen, especially that long time ago.
So my thinking would be, now hear me out. I know, Silas, that you dug it out, but if my thinking is right, if a meteor crashed into the forest, wouldn't it leave a trail of wreckage behind it of some kind, maybe kill some trees? So if we're able to find a place in the forest where there's a swath of trees that's much younger than the trees around it, then we might be able to follow that to the impact crater.
You know someone that has a plane?
No. I was more thinking that we could just walk through the woods till we found something. Now that I say it out loud, it doesn't sound like as good of an idea.
So we have 6 days. We're not going to be able to cover a whole lot of territory in that time.
Maybe if it's a big rock, maybe it's got some iron in it. Maybe it's a magnetic anomaly. We could maybe use a compass.
Ooh.
I mean, iron's a pretty common material in meteorites, if I remember correctly.
It is.
I have if you think that's a good idea, I'm all for it. But I also think maybe we should look at in the school, see
Yes.
if there's a piece there.
Maybe we could split up. Maybe some people take the archives, others take the woods.
Remember that we're meeting with the others today as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So it
And
shouldn't take
yeah, we
too
tried.
long. So maybe start with the school and then
Yeah, we'll start with the archives.
yeah.
There could be, maybe they could know as well. They are teachers, after all. Something like that would be passed down, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. It's worth a shot.
Do we, as in Jonas and I, remember anything about that from our science classes or whatever from 17 years ago?
That's a good question. Let me see here. Of course, I, as always, come prepared by not having taken out your sheets.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, memory test would be actually it will be intelligence, science. Is that an attribute now or a skill? It should be, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh,
Intelligence,
I hope you're
science.
gonna have some.
To remember
So
if you saw anything during science class.
Just out of curiosity, what's the hardness of this? Because I have 2 dice.
The hardness is roughly 2. No,
if you don't have anything in science, you have -3 die.
Yeah.
Oh, I have -1 die. Then
I don't think Tide was paying much attention in science
Yeah,
class.
neither was Nate. Was looking out the window.
I have 0 die then, but then I can make like this chance roll that's also able to botch, right?
Oh yeah.
Or you could spend a willpower and get a success. Yeah.
Nah.
I don't think you can
three
do.
extra dice.
Yeah, you get 3 extra dice. if
Oh,
spend
you get.
willpower.
Oh, it's not like Hunter. Okay, it's a new.
No.
Yeah, it's not. It's a.
Yeah.
If this is V2.
I
not
do
V1.
get a success though,
Yeah.
because
You do.
8s and 9 are still a success even with this like
Yes.
weak
Yes.
random roll, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I rolled a 9.
So you got 1 success.
Yes.
You. Wow, this is. You're trying to figure out if you've seen anything like this during science class. Is that it?
Yeah, or if we
Big
like
listeners.
remember hearing a story or just seeing a weird rock in a cabinet somewhere.
Seeing
many
a
years
seeing a
ago.
weird rock in a cabinet.
Yeah.
What you do remember something you do remember is that there was a clearance sale a few years back. Well, essentially when you went to school, and because there was a whole lot of junk lying around, and the school was saving up money for a project to essentially help fund schools in a country you don't remember, you recall when that was going on, you recall seeing this small glass container that had a familiar reddish kind of stone in it. But that's all you can remember. This rummage sale must have been in 99?
I kind of remember something. I don't know if it's anything, but I remember like at a clearance sale, someone bought a rock in a jar from the school. I don't remember who. I don't remember what it looked like.
Well, then there should be a paper trail of some kind, right? I mean,
maybe
school
Do they keep
fundraisers
that
generally
on
are.
record. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's probably worth searching around in the archives.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could ask Madeline.
That is a good idea.
She was not the principal at the time, but she was working in the school. You know that she was the
she could-
history teacher. I
Could
believe.
give us access to the archives if nothing
Indeed,
else.
that's correct. So you are in Lars's car. This car is going at a snail's pace because just as you finish this conversation, you roll up at the school, which is where you were heading. I'd assume already because you were meeting with the others,
Yeah.
right?
Are we where we're meeting with the others at the school?
Well, they suggested you reconvene here because they've been taking shifts, keeping an eye on the refugees.
Okay, so our plan to tell them is that we don't want to do the contract. We want to fight instead, apparently. And that's what we're bringing to. We have a meteor. We maybe had some of this, can get some of this redstone from Big Little Tim. And we have favors to call in, and that is our plan at the moment, right?
I think we just have to tell them that we're gonna dig up a rock, and they're just gonna have to wait till we dig up this rock. You drive really slow, Lars. We're finally here, and Nova like gets out of the van, like, that took forever. Are we digging up this rock or what? Is this where the shovels are?
Oh,
So
I think
guess
we're going to be
that's our
digging
plan.
through the archives before we start digging in the woods.
So boring.
Yeah.
Can I use a shovel?
On the books? No.
Yeah, I'll just.
I mean,
Well, Nova, if you're really not feeling for the books, Nate had a plan that we just go and with a compass search through the woods for the meteorite, and you could start covering some ground there.
That's okay. I don't need busy work. I'll read books.
Great.
or we can go like check. I'm really bad at this stuff. If you really don't want it, we can try to check if anyone needs help from the group that we brought here.
Yeah, that sounds way more interesting. They're not pieces of paper. Well, some of them could be pieces of paper, but they're mostly bugs.
I mean, they're lists of things. It can't be that hard, right? How many things could a school have sold in how many 50, 60 years?
Yeah, let's let the reading people do it. You and me,
Yeah.
Ty, we'll go talk to people.
What about me?
You stay as far away from the paper as
Oh,
possible.
you can make it go quicker by making it go quicker. But I guess you should come with us, Flicker.
If I burn down the forest, it will be super easy to find a meteor.
Nope.
I just
Oh.
say.
No.
Yeah, but you'll also have burned down the forest.
Then we can see it through the trees. 'Cause
Exactly.
they'll be gone.
Trees grow back.
So, wait, hold on. The thing is, though, here's a question. How much do you remember of going to school?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. How much?
I, I remember tossing paper balls at people.
Because I'm pretty sure they covered this in middle school, that you need the trees to breathe. So...
Well, I mean, these are not all the trees in the world, right?
And to be fair, the Earth has like a 30 million year oxygen reserve, even if we lost all our trees.
Yeah, Nate's right. So we burning
No.
stuff?
Don't burn the forest, though. Do
no.
not
Nate
take
has-
my statement of fact as agreement with your burning of the forest.
I put you on the 4 column. Are you going, you're wishy-washy, Nate?
I'm not wishy-washy, I'm a firm no.
I mean, I can burn the oxygen too, I'm pretty sure, right? I
Please
remember
don't.
that much.
Let's
Do not
do that.
combust the Earth's
Let-
atmosphere.
For now, like the trees, when you burn them down, it creates ash and it lays on the ground, so we don't find the meteor because now there's ash everywhere instead.
Listen to him.
Okay, I see why we shouldn't do it now.
But
Why
then
didn't someone just say so?
Tide can just use water to...
Yeah, Tide, come along.
Oh, hell no, I'm not burning the forest down.
No, I'm burning the forest down. You're using water to get rid of it later.
Hey, Flicker.
I'll get rid of you if you start it.
Oh,
Flicker,
try
Flicker.
me. Try me.
Listen,
Yes.
You want to go?
Yeah, come on, I'll go.
Oh, no.
Okay, guys.
It's getting very hot in the car right now.
Hey,
Watch the beetle, watch the beetle.
Hey, Flicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
okay, listen. They're not as forward-thinking as we are. So what we'll do is we'll just, like, go along
I
with it for
heard
now.
that. I'm right here.
Yeah, I know.
Shh.
And then we're just gonna go along with it. And then, like, later, like, we'll do the real plan, okay? Plan B.
Gotcha. Plan B. I like Plan B.
Hi, Tide. We're absolutely not gonna burn stuff anymore. Let's go do the thing
We're
we
not
were gonna
gonna
do.
burn anything.
Does this look like a face of someone that believes you?
Yeah.
Great. Let's go.
Never get to burn anything.
Yeah, probably for the best.
I'll burn you. Gold melts.
It sure does. I would appreciate it if you didn't, though.
Golden boy.
Not an insult.
Right. So, you're all heading to the... How are you splitting up?
I think we're all going to the school to search.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but... Oh, yeah.
So, the school is closed. Still the weekend. It is Sunday now, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you do see... Actually, you see Matthew, who's sitting on a folding chair outside of the gym, and he kind of stands up and stretches and cracks his back a little bit when you approach, and he walks towards. Good morning. I wasn't expecting you wasn't expecting to see you so soon. Are you here to discuss the matter of the contract?
We're here to search the records for something that hopefully will negate the need for the contract.
I see, here in the school. Well, certainly. Is there anything I can help you find?
A meteor.
Sorry?
Meteor.
A meteor, you say? I don't recall. Wasn't there one that fell relatively in the 40s, I believe?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it myself.
We need to, or we'd like to find the location of that and try to make weapons with it.
I see. Is it made of some particular material? Is it cold iron? Because we do have a repository of cold iron in the mines, too, if we should require it.
It's something called redstone.
The thing is, we asked. That looks like at Lars. Like
Scribner.
Lars is gonna tell you.
We went to Scribner because we were told that he would potentially have some information for us. We spoke with him, and he told us that nothing in our world, his world, or her world could harm her. So that, coming from another world, could.
That's an interesting hypothesis. I certainly think it's worth a try. And this Scribner, was he telling the truth? Are you certain that he wasn't just? Well, you know how they can be, the hobgoblins.
Yes, we know, but this was an exchange, a trade.
I see.
And as you know, those carry weight.
Right. Well, you believe that the location of this meteorite can be found here in the school, then?
Well, Silas remembers that his science teacher had a piece of it. So we're hoping that potentially in his notes there would be a location of where he had gotten it. And then Jonas remembers that it was sold at some point. So
Might
even
have been
if we
that
can't
at least.
find the location of where it came from, maybe we can find out where it's gone since then.
I see. I'm sorry. I've been up for quite a while. I could certainly try to see. Well, you want to access the archives, then, I suppose. Well, I don't have the keys myself, but Madeline. Actually, hold on. He takes up a bundle of keys. I suppose I do have the keys myself. Madeline left them with me, although she did say only to use it for the gym. But if you believe that the archives is where you will find this information, then go right ahead. Any possible idea is good at this point. I'm not entirely sure where they would be, but the administrative department is over there. He points to one an annex that's been more recently built than the rest of the school. Actually, yes, that's where he points. Connected to what was the library, at least when you two went here, Tide and Jonas. It's connected to it.
You don't sound okay.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you. I've never heard you more, like, out of it.
Well, I've been up the whole night, essentially.
Why?
Making sure that our new visitors aren't suddenly thinking of doing something untoward or having an attack of anxiety or panic or something like that. We decided essentially to keep watch over them.
Well, how long has this watch been?
Well, I was supposed to rest before, but obviously I could not, so I've been up since, I would say, 3 in the morning, and it's close to 10 now, so... No, it's close to 11, actually.
You should probably get someone to change out with you.
Yes, I suppose I should. I know that... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that. My mind is completely blank at the moment. I know someone was supposed to change with me, but I can't really remember who it was.
Does he look like he is just tired, or is there something else going on?
You can certainly roll to see.
What do you want me to roll?
That would be, I would say wits, insight, empathy.
Empathy.
Yes.
Can Nova roll too?
All of us
Absolutely.
roll?
Anyone can roll who suspects.
Nope.
I have a specialty hidden intentions, but that wouldn't apply here, right?
No.
Would lies
I'm-
apply?
I'm starting to think that maybe that specialty is a little bit, a little bit telling. You're trying to spot if he's lying. Kind of defeats the entire purpose of this. I'm gonna say no.
Well,
No, it
okay.
doesn't. It doesn't apply.
One success.
2 successes.
He just seems to be very tired.
I don't want to add onto your plate, but I'm gonna need, after you've rested, I'm gonna need you to help me out with something. That something being, if you have any kind of ideas for strengthening whatever I do, because ice is not gonna cut it, literally. So, I can only, like, I'm not really good at anything ranged. If push comes to the shove, I can immobilize, I can move not huge, but sizable bodies of water, and I can freeze them and unfreeze them and whatever, but I can't deal enough damage. And if there's anything that you know of and it comes to mind that doesn't require human sacrifice or fetch sacrifice or whatever, that would be great. So, you know.
Well,
was I not supposed to say that?
I certainly don't have access to anything that would magically boost your powers, or I would have already suggested it. I can only recommend experience and training.
Still welcome. Throw her out.
Sorry?
I think he's just doing.
Boop. I'm going to mute that for now. There we go. Really, I don't have anything up my sleeve. I suppose there's always the possibility of forming contracts with elements, with nature, with things like that, but that requires something on your part as well, some matter of sacrifice or
I mean, we might not, like, if she doesn't get
Tide.
that.
My suggestion is to do the contract again. That is the only solution I can see. If I had any other, I would pursue it.
We can talk about it later.
Of course.
It's okay.
I don't want to further burden you, but I'm interested in joining a court eventually as well. But we can take that later.
Of course. Which? Oh, sorry. Which court were you thinking of joining?
The autumn court.
I see. I can certainly make preparations for that, but it will take a while.
No rush.
Eventually. Of course. Well, I did just recall that it was supposed to be Patty who is going to replace me, so I will give her a call and see if she's on her way. But you have the key.
Me to? I can stare at people real good. Do you want me just like to walk around and just like stare at the people so they know they're being watched? Make them feel safe by just staring right at them?
I certainly believe your brand of skills will be more required in searching the archives rather than intimidating our guests.
Oh, no, safety through intimidation, but okay.
You're certainly free to stay out here with me if you want. We have a thermos of coffee, but otherwise, most of them are still sleeping. They seem quite exhausted.
They shouldn't wake up to watch me just hovering over their face. Probably not good.
I suppose that would be quite traumatic, considering the circumstances, yes.
Okay, yeah, no, you're pretty smart, Matthew. Okay, I'll stare at some books.
You do that. Good luck, and I would really, if I'm not here when you return, give the keys to Patty as well. Don't forget to lock the doors when you're done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So
Alright.
do you head to the annex?
Yes.
Mhm.
You do. There is no alarm here, really. It's a small town, and who would break into a school? So you unlock the doors, you head into the library. It's much more modern than any of you remember it being, and honestly, back when you went to the school, Lars, which is roughly, you think this is the same building? You're not quite sure. There wasn't even a library like this. You were going to the public library back in your days. It's small, of course, and in the back of it there is another door, which leads into this annex, which has rows upon rows upon rows of folders, of binders. You have these things that where you roll the wheel, so you move shelves around, moving shelves, I suppose you can call them. And by your estimate, there's about 80 years of records at least here. Old grades, detention statistics, contact sheets, pretty much everything.
I go immediately to one of the sets of records, roughly around 1959 to 1960 school year.
Yeah, if find it fairly soon. It's not too difficult to find it. There's all properly labeled. So what are you looking for?
I look immediately for my permanent record. I grab it, open it up, and see a number of academic commendations, winning the spelling bee that year.
Yeah, you did good. You went to state spelling bee.
Mm-hmm. Those were good days.
Yeah.
I look over it and just tap the notes like it belonged to some other person, which in a real sense it did.
Yeah. They do end rather abruptly. You never got a finishing grade. You never graduated, so to speak. But there's nothing about your disappearance there. Nothing about how you went missing. It's just... It seems as if your fetch didn't even bother going to school.
I look at the files, the idea here, and I wonder if someone was a fetch, how would they know? They generally know, right?
We don't know, I think, is the fact that what's his name?
Matthews.
Oh no, you mean
Wenceslas.
Wenceslas.
Wenceslas. The fact that Wenceslas' fetch knew it was a fetch was strange from what I have been able to piece together.
Right. So if that's strange, then maybe one way to tell if someone's a fetch is if they can't recognize things that they should have known, right? If something was beyond the fetch, but that was something the real person could have done easily, that might be a sign they're a fetch, right?
How do you mean?
I mean, when I was a child, I was smart. I was good at school. And I'm not. Am I smarter than a third grader? Probably not. So what I'm saying is look at these files. Look at this file. Look at what the guy who did this did. So if that's true, who am I? Did I just forget all that? Is my brain not working? Did they put the brain in something else? Or is the brain with the real Silas? And I'm just something else. I'm just another copy of whatever was made.
I don't know that any of us have an answer for that.
Thank
But-
you, Lars. That's honest.
But does it matter?
It
You are
matters
you-
because
You're
if
you,
I'm
right?
not Silas, then who am I, really?
But you are Silas.
The real Silas Larkin could have done just fine. He would be a lot smarter than I am.
What do you mean with the real Silas?
Jonas, I can't do the things I used to be able to do.
Yeah.
That's not like, oh, well, I'm that much stronger, that much tougher than I used to be. Yeah, that's great. Why can't I do the things that I could do when I was in grade school anymore?
Because you're
Uh,
changed. We were all changed. I didn't used to look like this. I used to be taller. I used to be stronger. I used to be almost twice what I am now.
But your mind is better. And maybe there are people whose minds have gotten, well, they were changed, yes, but they're not worse, right?
But I'm worse. I was much stronger before. So where maybe my strength, maybe my size that I've lost got given to you. And maybe some of the intellect that you had got put into me. They fundamentally changed us. Look at Nate. He's made of gold. I mean, if they can change flesh into diamond and gold, who's to say that they didn't turn the power of your brain into the power of your body? They can change the fundamental elements of with the will. So who's to say that you are not exactly who you were, but your strength of mind has been changed into strength of body?
I nod slowly. And suddenly the anger starts to deflate. The situation starts to calm as I realize that Lars made a really good point. It almost becomes depression now as I say, what are we doing fighting someone like that? It's like we're building a tank to fight the devil, you know?
Well, I know why I'm fighting it. I can't speak for everybody else, but my children and my grandchildren are in this town. And if sacrificing myself lets them live in peace and safety and not have to potentially face these things that are affecting us, then that's worth fighting for.
No, don't get me wrong, Lars. I'm still loyal to the mission. I still know why we have to do what we have to do. My question is how. If
I
they
don't know.
can change what happens to flesh and blood to that degree, what can't they change?
I wish I had an answer for you.
Mm.
But I think that we have to try.
I'll definitely put these muscles to any use you can think of, Lars. That anyone of you can think of. Okay, let's go over some of these files. Maybe there's something in here about the science teacher.
I think you're fine. They don't seem to keep fetches. So, and even if you are a fetch, you're my friend. So who cares? And you are the one that has the will to fight them, not whatever other copy there is. That's all that matters.
You type? That makes a lot of sense. Both ways, no
Does?
matter what I am. It almost doesn't matter what I am. It matters what I do.
Yeah, Yeah. That's what I meant. That makes sense. I feel better now.
Worked out then, didn't it?
Awesome. Thank you. I mean, I said
Remember-
it, but yeah.
Remember, Silas, that you were recognized at the cafe. They know. She knew it was you.
Yeah. I guess it's harder to make someone more like them. Anyone could put in a memory. That's what they do with fetches all the time. There's other things that people get. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do without Joan and you guys. You don't understand. She's old. I'm old. I mean, if I wasn't a grandfather, I'd be dead right now. If I was just normal. And now that time started again, the touchstones that some of us have are going to vanish. I think she might. Well, Lars knows, but other than Joan and maybe 2 others that I don't even know, those are the last people who could say they ever knew who I was. But, well, there's, I guess a lot of people believe in the fetches now. It's what the fetches are designed for. And, well, we know each other, and that's really what counts, isn't it?
There are a lot of people who will get to learn who you are now instead and grow old with you and remember that.
Works for me. Works for me.
Let's just make sure that we grow old.
Can argue with that. Hey, I was watching something on video the other day. Do you guys know Walt Disney froze himself?
Ooh.
I didn't know that. I thought that was... Maybe he's going to wake up in 20 years and be like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, you're from when I was around. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be something. Looking
I
forward
like
to
that
it.
movie. She's got ice powers. I saw that one.
Just want to see
And
all
that song that's always in my head now. I just yeah. Now you made me remember it. Now I'm singing it in
Listen,
my
guys,
head.
just
Focus on
let it
this, you
go.
gotta-
We need to look for this meteorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Nobody missed this frozen joke. Everybody missed the frozen joke. That's probably for the best.
Flicker, meanwhile, is just bouncing on the heels of her toes, like, can I burn something? Just something. Like, there's detention
No.
records here. I can burn those, right?
No.
Oh, man.
Nova
Lars will
starts
start
snatching little
digging through
bits.
boxes.
Yeah.
Nova's gonna actually snatch up little detention things, like just a little here, a little there, so no one like notices and finds like a little metal garbage can.
Perfect. Perfect. She goes like,
Yeah. Okay. But like, we're researching over here. Don't bother us. It's real intense.
man, there's a lot of detention here. Lots of people got detention. Oof. So much detention. So I want everyone to do a... Let me see here. I think resolve should definitely be one of the stats involved. God, Kitsu, please. Please.
That was the joke.
Anyway.
Resolve investigation. If you don't have investigation, that's another -3, right? Because it's one of those intelligence stats. So roll and pool your successes together.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm gonna spend a willpower to mitigate that -3.
Okay.
What are we rolling again? What? An investigation?
Resolve, because this
Oh,
is mind-numbingly boring.
awesome. I have 1 die.
I'll roll for, I'll roll for Flicker, by the way, too. Oof, that is good thing we're not playing with Old World Darkness, because that was a botch.
I am also going to spend a willpower because my pool is going to be pretty low
Okay.
for this.
Okay. So you get 3 extra dice if you spend
Yeah.
willpower.
Oh, that's amazing.
How many roll? How many?
It's still a failure.
Oh my god. The dice gods are not kind to you.
I got a
will
grand
split willpower
total.
as well.
I got a grand total of 3 successes because I rolled 2 dice and then got a 10 and then another 10.
Nice. 1 success for Tide, 3 for Nate. Was it 2 for Nate?
3.
3. How many for Jonas?
2.
2.
I'm just one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Do Flicker have a point investigation? Otherwise, that one would be a botch actually.
She does not have a point in investigation.
And if she doesn't have 3 in intelligence,
No. So everyone just tell me your results, and we'll get to what
2.
Flicker's up to in a second. So 2. Okay. So got 2 there. Nova. Oh, 4. Oh, 4 from Lars. How many from Nova?
3. She focused down.
Wow. That is 13 successes right now, and none from Silas, unfortunately. Still 13 successes. That's more than enough to... I'm going to say that Lars and Nova both find separately, because you did roll the most successes, right? 3 and 4?
3 and 4? I think
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. I think
Oh, yeah, Nate as well.
Nate.
Nate as well. So the 3 of you find enough information to basically suss out that the science teacher, whose name I have unfortunately lost, I was trying to find my files from the prelude we ran. So unless Silas, you have his name, he will be lost to time. His things were most of them bought by a local citizen of Littlebrook. Specifically, also one item, a piece of meteorite, was bought and essentially sold to a certain Joan who lives in Littlebrook, which is a great discovery, and you're starting to you feel so proudful in this, like you're so warmed by this that you can almost smell something burning. Yeah, something's burning. A garbage bin is burning. And it's burning a lot. And Flicker's like,
Hide.
Oh God!
I
just.
she
What did you do?
nothing, and she just kind of goes for the window, and the curtains are suddenly on fire as well. It's like, oh no!
Outside now, Nova.
Well,
Wait, get the records.
but I researched so hard.
I'm looking for a fire extinguisher.
Oh, there's one. There's the powder one. Yeah.
I go.
try
Is
to
there
get
like a toilet or faucet somewhere?
No, not in here. Not in the archives.
I grab my trusty little piece of like a bottle of water or cap it and just try to. I go for the curtains first.
All right, you go for the curtains. Jonas, you got the fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Try to okay, how do you do that? And try to just
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
hose down the fire.
you completely hose down both the garbage bin that is a blazing inferno right now, and Tide, who likewise is a bit of a no, not Tide, sorry, Flicker, who is also a bit of a blazing inferno right now. Tide gets half covered as well by the powder, which is disgusting. But you both managed to put the fire out as well. But it certainly has left a little bit of a scorch mark on the walls, the windowsill, the curtains are on one side almost completely gone, and that garbage bin, it's hot. Ow,
Okay, so I think what's really important here is we remember who's really to blame, which are all the kids in Littlebrook who kept getting detention.
So much
They're
detention.
the real culprits. Yeah. They're the real culprits. Something
Look,
had to fill that garbage can.
I'm sorry,
Not you, not the person who put it in there.
but
No,
Nova put it
course-
in the garbage bin, and she made me burn
Oh.
these things.
Oh,
Okay.
now we're getting to the truth.
Yeah, well, no, I
Damn it,
want to throw
Nova.
away. I was trying to give those kids a fresh start. What if they came back just like Silas did and read stuff and got sad? I was trying to help their feelings.
And I was helping out.
Yeah, like we're heroes.
We're heroes.
Yeah.
Also, those curtains are really ugly, by the way. So honestly, now that they need to change them, I think that's going to be an improvement.
Yeah. High five. Wait, how hot's your hand? Ah! That's
It's
all
fine.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably
Never
deserve
learn.
that.
Kind of,
little.
yeah, you deserved that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I paid for it then, though. Hey, we're all back
Yeah.
to normal.
Yeah. So let's go.
I give Flicker a bit of extra burst from the fire extinguisher.
Ow! Hey.
Let's go.
I go to the wall where he platter. Oh, sorry, you go first.
She's just
What does she
trying to get the dust off, and it's kind of stuck to her clothes. It's like, ugh. This is really disgusting.
I go to the wall with the whole covered piece of the thing, and I write sorry in it. And then I like look at my empty bottle of water, and it's like there's a nervous kind of a look, and I try to look around. Are there any bathrooms or anything?
No, there's not any here in the archives, unfortunately.
Okay, what about in the like?
Oh, I mean, if you go through the library, in the corridor, maybe 20 feet down, there's a couple of bathrooms.
I need to go find the bathroom.
Okay.
I tell them.
All right.
Where are you going?
You don't have to ask for permission. You're an adult. You can just go.
So is this Joan, the Joan that runs the diner then? Lars will change the subject. Do we recognize that name as Joan that runs the diner?
Yes, it's Joan who runs the diner.
Okay, let's
And
get...
I think we have our target. I guess not target, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So Lars will start to shoo Flicker and Nova out. You two, out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Flicker's like wiping her arms off on the walls. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Didn't want to be in
No,
this stupid library anyway. Get out of here.
Gosh.
In my defense, it's
Yeah,
just
no.
really boring. Okay.
Out we
I
go.
feel like that's not a justification for arson, but okay.
It wasn't arson. I was.
They don't understand.
You just intentionally set a fire.
You lit something on fire on purpose. That's arson.
Look, you get guns out of your pants all the time. I set things on fire, okay? This is how I deal with things.
That's
Oh,
the
speaking of which...
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Good point. I think that's
Nate.
Yes.
Could you be able to get me a key in here for the future?
A key to this building?
Yeah.
Well, do you have the key with you?
Yeah, sure. Someone else has here.
Okay, I'll take the key in my hand, sort of feel it around a bit, then hand it back. Yeah, I should be able to get you that at some point.
Perfect. Good to know. Thank you. It's basically everyone in Littlebrook in here. Might be some interesting find when we want to go down Memory Lane eventually.
Yeah.
Tide comes back to hear that with a little bit like less dusty and with the refilled bottle of water, and it's just like, no, why would we want to do that? We are in a hurry.
Now I'm
Let's
curious.
go.
Yeah.
After this,
No.
if I live through this tide, I'm going through all your records.
That sounds like someone who's got something to hide.
Yeah,
No.
that's...
What? No, it's
Tide.
fine.
Tide.
Maybe records are interesting. You know what? I was wrong.
I
No.
can burn your records if you want.
Flicker, if you burn Tide's records, I swear to God.
No, we'll read them, then burn them. Best of both worlds.
No. Please.
Anyway, we're out of here.
out.
You
Off to
head
Joan.
out. And you notice on your way out that there is a fire alarm, but thankfully you all acted so quickly that it didn't trigger. Small blessings, I suppose.
We've got it. We've got this whole putting out fires thing down pat. Got so much practice.
We have had a lot of practice.
You head outside, you lock up and head over to where Matthew was, and sure enough, Patty's there now. She's kind of sipping on a mug of coffee, giving a little bit of a grimace every time she does, and sees you coming over and is like, "Oh, hey, you didn't know you folks were here." Sorry, didn't know you folks were here. No, I can't do a Minnesota accent.
Yeah, we're here on business, town business. You know where Joan is?
Sorry, what?
Do you know where Joan is?
I would assume her place, Joe's. Jones.
Brilliant. Let's go do that.
Yeah, let's have some breakfast.
All right. Okay. Sure. So, will you folks be around here again soon, or?
Yeah, we'll head back right after we do what needs to be done.
Okie doke. Do you know? Did you spot Matthew, by the way? Because he wasn't here when I came here. I need the keys.
Oh yeah, he was nearly asleep. Yeah.
We have. Did we get like all the keys? Or did
Yeah,
we
he
just
gave
get,
you
like,
the
the-
entire ball of keys.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna feel up the entire ball of
Yeah,
keys before they get handed up.
you fondled a large amount of keys now, so you.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I own this school now.
I hate this power. I hate this power. I want it gone from the game.
just put garden gnomes places.
It's the worst.
You remember my obligation whenever I see garden gnomes.
Also, I just learned that fondling is apparently a banned word in this chat. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Right. You hand over the keys, I suppose.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Just Matthew wasn't here when you got here?
Oh no. I got here 5 minutes ago. Something. I overslept. So I figured he would have probably gone home.
How long were we downstairs?
Oh.
Roughly.
Oh, in the archives.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, finding the receipts of a rummage sale 20 years ago took a little while.
Is there anyone like from the ones we saved out and about?
There's a few of them who are apparently like they're out walking around on the grass field. Some of them not having their shoes and just kind of touching stuff, and a lot of them are wearing like a huge assortment of clothes. There's old gym shorts, there's tank tops, there's what looks to be an overall, anything they could find in the lost and find, essentially. And they wave to you when they see you and seem
I
pretty
wave back.
excited. Yeah.
And just shout back, "Hey, have you seen Matthew?"
Oh yeah, he left a little while ago, like hour and a half.
Did you see where he went?
He said he had something to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Have a nice day. Should we go to Joan? Maybe first Jones, and maybe he just went to sleep.
I don't know about that.
Probably not.
If this feels wrong,
Very much so. But
just to abandon his post without someone else coming, that's
It doesn't seem like Matthew. I think we should take a swing past the library and check on him,
yeah. I think we should go there first.
okay.
All right.
because he lives
I
there,
don't
right?
like this.
Yes, he lives in the library.
Okay. So let's do that. Let's swing past there on the way to Jones.
Okay. You head past the library, and it's closed.
But we have access, right? We sleep there.
Yes, you do. Oh, you do have a spare key for the bottom door. Yeah, so you can go into that entrance.
Yeah, we go in.
You head inside, and it's not open for business, which is strange. Not strange considering Matthew was spending the night over at the gym, but you see that his room is dark, and the door is closed to it. There's a little window in the door. It used to be an old office that he's renovated to be his bedroom, or his private room, I guess, study and bedroom.
I'm gonna look in the window.
It's what's the word? Marbled? Not marbled, but
Oh, frosted.
frosted. Thank you. It's frosted glass, so you can make out the bed. You think someone is lying in it, but you're not entirely sure.
Is the door locked?
Do you try it?
Yes, I'm trying the lock.
No, it's not locked. It opens up.
Okay, I'm just gonna peek my head in.
Yeah. You see someone lying in the bed. Their head is turned away from you. It's a little bit dark in here. Hard to tell if it's Matthew. Should be. Looks kind of like Matthew.
I'm gonna go and make sure that it's Matthew while trying not to wake him up.
Okay. Trying not to wake him up, I would like you to roll Dex Stealth.
Oh god, I'm terrible at that. Okay,
I
here
was just
goes.
gonna say, how about we
You're a
let that
statue.
actually sneaky go in there?
Yeah.
Are you seriously just jacking up his steez and suggesting someone else do something?
No, let's just see how this goes.
How about we
Single
not-
success.
Just go with it. You sneak inside. It's difficult. You're a very heavy person, and you're certainly made out of rather sturdy material. You make your way over to the bed. It's Matthew. He's fast asleep. He kind of stirs a little bit in his sleep, and seems to be okay.
I'll give a thumbs up to the other people, and then I'll back out.
Everything all right in there?
Yeah, he just seems he's asleep. He's out cold.
Oh, okay, great.
Can I try
Sorry
something?
for the paranoia, but yeah. What
What
were
if
you
we
gonna
just-
say?
I'm just gonna try messaging his phone just to, see if his phone's there, and if he answers it.
Yeah, write to him that he should
I'm gonna tell him he
call
should be
us when
asleep.
he wakes.
Dear Matthew, you look very tired. I hope you're asleep now, but when you wake up, and maybe this won't wake you up, but if this wakes you up, I'm sorry, contact us. It's the changelings that came in before, but not the bug ones, except for I'm a bug one. Okay, thank you. Said.
Perfect. You hear the buzzing of a muted phone in the bag hanging from the chair next to the desk in his room.
Okay, so this is either Matthew or some guy who has his phone, so we're good.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm gonna tell you outside. Let's not talk here.
Yeah, let's go.
See, I'll close the door behind me. So what was bothering you, Tide?
I mean, we've been double crossed so many times. I kind of expected him to just go ahead and do the contract. But I guess I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that is a pleasant surprise.
Between that or being replaced by something, his acting weird was just ringing bells, I guess. So, all right, let's go find Joan.
Sorry for the detour. I think
All right.
I feel better now. It's nice, actually. I mean, it's anxiety, so it's not necessarily nice and being anxious and stuff, but it's nice feeling other stuff than just being angry. It's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's go bother Joan.
You head towards Joan. It's lunchtime when you head there, just about the end of lunchtime, so it's a bit of a crowded place. You enter through the usual front door, and you see there's actually quite a line of people buying lunch boxes and stuff like that as well, because obviously not everyone can sit here at Joan's. She's super busy as always, but she looks over at you and says, "Oh, hey everybody. Hey, sorry, I can't really help you right now, but if you want anything, you can just grab something from the back. It's on the house."
It's not about that, John.
Oh, that'll be 236. Oh, then sorry. What is it about?
You bought a meteorite from the school a few years back, or more than a few years back, a few decades back, and it's come to our attention that it is of great importance for something we need to do.
Yeah, it should be in the office in the back. Silas, it's in the second drawer. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. How can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Great. Before we go get it, with the meteor is there's someone coming to Littlebrook. They mean us harm, and especially harm to Mrs. Blackbird. So we're basically... Remember that story in the fantasy novels about the reforging of the Elvish sword?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to do something very much like that with the meteor.
Oh, well, I haven't been there in at least 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. When we start working on this, I'd like you to join us if you want. You might be busy. We find a good time for you because we need to create this. And I think you might even be pretty impressed to see what we come up with.
You realize that you're getting quite a few weird looks from the customers right now because the place is super crowded. And don't just... That sounds like a good idea, Silas. I would love to... Oh, sorry.
We can talk about that game later when she's not busy, right?
Nova slides behind the counter and starts running the coffee machine.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah, the game, of course. There's
If you out loud and the pat Lars on the shoulder.
There's a rolled up piece of paper next to it too. If you grab it, I'm a little busy. Nova, are you helping out or are you just helping yourself to coffee?
Oh, she's helping out. They're gonna go to the office. She can give her a little couple extra hands.
Perfect. So you're.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go check if the bathroom needs refilling and stuff like that with the toilet paper and stuff. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much, Tide. That's really nice, and thank you, Noah. That's so kind of you. So you help ease up the burden a little bit on Joan as the rest of you presumably head into the back office.
Yep.
About one of us go so we don't disturb the crew too much. Silas, she told you where it was, so why don't you go get it?
Yeah, second floor in the office. Let's go. So I head up to the second floor, unlock the office, and look in the drawers for the meteorite.
Yeah, you look inside, and there it is. Exactly the same glass canister it was in when your professor showed it to you. It's about the size of a normal human's thumbnail. It's very, very small, but you recognize it right away. It's the same material that was used to destroy I always want to say Vermilion, but it's the Sanguine Duke. And next to it is a rolled up, wrapped, yellowed piece of paper.
I pick up the paper and unroll it gently, trying to make sure not to damage it.
Yeah. It's like stiffened with age, but you unroll it. It's made on thick paper, so it's still a bit sturdy. And you realize that it's a childlike drawing of Littlebrook back from when you were young. It has all the old places marked out on it, that the old oak, the field, the broken down cars, the mines, of course, the hidden entrance to the mines, which honestly didn't really go that far into the mines, and the meteorite is marked out as well. It's hard to tell how far away from town it is because obviously this isn't drawn to scale, but you can tell roughly where you went. And as you're looking at this map, you start to recollect somewhat which way you took. All the way back in another life, really.
So this map thingy, thing that made you recall.
The rest of you
So
are...
we have the...
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, this is... Yeah, never mind.
Silas, do you do anything else?
I don't want to interfere with the office, but I take a brief look around, trying to see if there's anything I would recognize.
It's an old room. The desk is clearly second or third hand. It's got corners scuffed, and it's one of those old writing desks with solid. I don't know the English word for it, that you can pull down and close. The
A roll top.
roll top. Thank you. There are a few photos of Joan and her family from when she was growing up. There's also a photo of the two of you as children that's framed. It's when you were out fishing, and you recall you think it was your dad who took this photo, and you're holding the greatest catch that you both caught, and yours is just this tiny little thing. It's about this size, but Joan caught. You can't recall what kind of fish it was, but it's this big, which just obviously with Joan being in her 10 or 11 years old at the time, half her size almost. She's grinning at the camera with a couple of teeth missing, and you're standing a little awkwardly next to her, kind of smiling too, with your glasses pushed down your nose. Yeah.
I smiled at the picture. That was definitely me. I definitely remember that day. Not nothing to realize that you do have something you can remember. One more touchstone that proves that I'm me. I pat the picture and then walk away. It's Joan's picture to have, not mine.
You head downstairs again, possibly, and you bring the map and the meteorite with you, the piece of the meteorite. And it's whenever it catches the glint of sunlight, unlike when you were in the hedge, or rather when you were even in Arcadia, because that's where you were, the colors coming out of this stone, it's like a oil slick almost. It just goes like a rainbow as it moves around. When it catches light, there doesn't seem to be a specific color to this stone. It's just every kind of color, and no color. Could even say it's not of this world. So you see Silas coming down, the rest of you. The crowd is kind of thinning out now that both Tide and Nova and Flicker are helping out at the bar. Flicker is serving sandwiches and cutting up pie like a pro.
So, Flicker, do you need a job? Something to keep you busy? Maybe you can help out Joan more often.
Are you trying to dump me here?
No, I'm just trying to keep you from lighting the town on fire again.
I never lit the town on fire.
You lit the bridge on fire. You lit the library on fire. You lit
Joan
the school
she lit the bridge on fire?
Nova gets like in front of Flicker. Hey, don't be a jerk to her. She's doing what she needs to be doing right now. And
I'm sorry that listing off facts is being a jerk, but
yeah. Thank you for your apology.
I mean, I wouldn't mind working here, but I don't think Joan wants me to help out.
I can be a reference.
She kind of looks at Joan, and Joan just goes, "Wow, I could always use another pair of hands, for sure. I don't think it'd be very fun for a young girl like you." Flicker's just kind of, "You don't know what I think is fun. But I'd like to, maybe.
Okay,
I could try today, I guess." And Joan just goes, "Well, maybe you should also wash off before you keep doing that. Like, you've noticed, Nova, that some of the dust have been getting on the sandwiches and the pie slice.
It's flavoring. You're all welcome.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
People have just been kind of cautiously wiping it off before they've eaten. But yeah, it seems that Flicker actually seems to like that idea, and she seems inclined, especially after Joan seems not too opposed to the idea to stay here for the rest of the day, if that's what you want.
Sounds nice to me. I'd be a very good cook one day.
I'm a very good cook right now, I'll have you know. I can grill anything.
Stand correct.
You want to stay here, Flicker? Because you can do that. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go see a boring meteorite anyway. Or is it an asteroid or a meteorite?
Meteorite.
What's the difference? I mean, I know the difference, but what's the difference?
I think it turns into a meteorite when it enters the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what happens to us when we end. Maybe. Cat running around in the background.
I got the zoomies in the background before too. You could see the background just going like, sorry about that.
It's 11:30. It's time for their nightly zoomies. All right, so you have the location, roughly, of where the meteorite is. You have Flicker out of your hair, roughly, for the rest of the day. What do you do?
Okay, are we gonna search for the rest of this meteorite and then
Oh, yeah.
go?
Let's go check it
then
out.
Go, to
We'll get
meet
some
up with the
shovels
others.
first. That might be important.
Yeah.
Some torches at this point.
How big do you think this thing is?
I mean, if it were any bigger than a football, it would have leveled the place. So
Okay. So could that? I point to the jar. Could that be it, or could there be more still?
You
that
said
could
it's
be it.
like the size of a thumbnail in there. Silas, you saw this meteor, or you heard about it?
Well, I saw the meteor, but I didn't see it land. At least
Okay.
not at the time. I didn't see where it hit.
Well,
And it was a pretty big news item. I can't imagine the entire thing would be there. Just what we have is pretty good. While most of the meteor has been carted away, I'm sure, while people have been searching for it, I'm sure there are pieces that were missed. It was missed over a pretty big area.
You recall, Silas, that it was fairly big what you found. Like, really big, actually. You were able. It was buried in the side of the hill.
Yeah, I mean that one. When Joan and I found it, we were already planning to tell them what happened with the meteor. I should have asked her if that was still there. I can't imagine she'd leave it behind. It'd be news on the national level. But well, if it's still there, let's give it a shot. This will find
hopefully
something.
there's more than just that chip, because I'm not sure what I'll be able to do with only that much.
One thing, what happens because, well, this is a conversation that we can have on the way. I don't want to have this conversation in the diner, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah. All right. Let's rock and roll.
well, yeah.
See you later, Flicker.
Bye.
You have your
Burn the
phone.
diner down.
Have your phone. Hey. Or, well, actually, yeah, no, don't. The diner's nice. Okay.
yeah, sure. Are you hearing it, by the way, in the background? Screaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry. Just screamed at me and ran away. Okay. So you head out into the forest. Flicker seems fine. She's washed her hands in the basin, so it's all good. Still half covered in powder, but it's fine. It's roughly like you head towards the mines in that direction, and then judging by the map that Joan had made, it's another just straight northwest, you think? It's hard to tell how far, but Silas, as you're getting closer, you start recognizing certain landmarks. You spot this hill that's going up, and as you go up it, you on the other side find this almost ravine-like passage that before you had to run down to
This
get
is very
across.
familiar. It was too
Yeah.
steep for bikes, so we
Yeah.
had to get off,
Yeah.
make our way down.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cliff, and you make your way down and you follow it, and soon enough you start seeing the same hard red shards of grass growing out of the ground in this ravine like thing, and we're
By the grass. I tell the others calling behind me, don't touch the grass if you can avoid it. It's called blood grass. I don't know what. It's pretty sharp. I don't know what's going to happen if you put your hand right into it.
Okay.
Good to know. Thank you.
Very good to know.
yeah, if you step on it, it crunches beneath your feet, and it's hard, it's resilient.
Hmm.
If Flicker was here, she could have burnt all this stuff away.
Except maybe this is what we're looking for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it?
Nova will kind of get down and look at the grass.
Lars would like to examine the grass. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like, honestly, they look like just tufts of grass, but rusty red, and just they don't move at all in the breeze.
Nova pokes at one.
Yeah, it's it cuts your finger.
Ah.
You start bleeding. It's a pretty bad cut, actually.
What happened?
If we're gonna fight this thing, we should fight it here.
Yeah.
Think about
That's
it,
mean grass.
Yeah.
Meh.
I don't know about that, Nate. I think the blood grass is going to do much more damage to us than it would to her.
I mean, if
And
it's infused with the energy of this redstone stuff, then it might actually be really useful.
that's
We wear just some thick boots that could.
What
I
if
don't
she can
know.
fly?
Is it like
Why don't we take it? Like just shovel it up. Take it if we can. Take it, like make it crumble down into dust, and then like forge weapons and bullets and stuff.
From grass.
Yeah, it's hard.
It hurts.
How about this is plan B if we can't find the meteor?
Agreed.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so we're on board for Plan B.
Not that plan B. I told you that's plan F for fire.
I don't know if we agreed to that at the meeting, but I will take it under advisement.
Okay,
And
that's all I
A.
can ask.
But I have to say, Todd, the idea of using this grass somehow, that might be very useful. I wonder if it can be turned into some kind of potion as well.
If we could make her drink this, oh, she would never get rid of this.
yeah, but wait, how would we get her to drink it? Let's just. I don't know, man.
It's
Let's
get
harder
digging.
to get her to like push her into this than it would be to have something portable with us.
Yeah.
While they discuss that, Lars is going to go deeper looking for the actual meteor.
I'll follow Lars.
Jonas
Let's keep
follows as well.
looking,
You continue, and Silas, by now you know almost exactly where it is from memory. But this time you're not alone anymore. Your friends are still with you. and you continue to the end of this ravine, this furrow in the ground, and you spot the glint of an oiled slick-like collar just poking out of this hillside. There's nothing growing on it. There's just dirt, some stones, and you can see how some trees are around it are kind of pushed to the side as if something burrowed into the ground here, moving things away from it.
Well, that sure looks like what we're looking for.
Yep. Let's get digging. Shovel time.
It was like, finally! And grabs a shovel and just starts.
Watch, careful with your finger.
Like
You
one-handed
start-
shoveling.
You start shoveling. Maybe one of you brought a pickaxe with you, clearing out some rocks. It's a whole day's work, but this thing is huge. It's easily 10 by 10 by 10 feet at least in size. And you find small chips of this, which you, remembering what happened to Jonas and to Nate, you carefully kind of shovel them to the side or move them to the side, because touching them would, of course, not be a good thing at all. Soon enough, you've uncovered this unevenly shaped volcanic glass-like rock that just shimmers in the light, in the evening light, because it's getting close to sundown now. But this time, you're all thirsty. You've got blisters in your palms.
I have water, but yeah, keep going.
Tide has water, so if you're all thirsty, I suppose Tide provides the water for you. It's still very exhausting. And by the time you're done, when you put your shovels down, this thing, you're not even sure if you can get it away from here. It's huge.
Okay, so new plan. I build a workshop here so that I can work on this.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's a good idea. What can we do to make this easier for you?
Yeah.
I can run down to like the Home Depot and pick up some stuff.
No, let me just look around a little bit.
Okay.
Jonas has been checking his phone like sometimes during the day, see if the Matthew and the people are like trying to come in contact or anything.
There's been text from Matthew in response to Nova, and seems to be doing okay. Just checking on how you're doing. A little report that the refugees or the survivors are doing okay, all things considered. They've been shown a little bit around town in groups just to get acclimatized. That's the word. Nothing much to talk about. There is, however, a text from Madeline, which is politely wondering if perhaps you access the archives at some point during the day.
What? No. Psh.
Jonas politely says that we did, yes.
Thank you for being honest, is the response you get. Oh, sorry.
I didn't write sorry on the wall.
That's probably what tipped her off, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Never find out anyway.
So,
What? That's
Made a
true.
pretty big deal about being honest with each other.
Silas, you feel a strange heat in the backpack you've been wearing for a while now, that you've been carrying around a certain egg in.
I feel the heat and I start to take off the backpack pretty quickly. I don't want it to burn a hole through it.
The egg, which was the size of a chicken's egg, is very, very hot to the touch right now. It's like, ooh. Of course, with your thick skin, it burns, but it doesn't burn, you know. But it's
More of discomfort.
Yeah.
Between hands, wrap it in a blanket, come up with ways to reduce the heat coming into me, but it's still pretty hot.
What's happening?
I have no idea, but I know what happens when. Well, I think I know what happens. What fantasy novels say about dragon eggs that start to heat up.
Does it get warmer as you move it towards the meteor?
I don't know if I have any water left to help you, but
I don't think that's the point. Nope. I don't think I'll need water.
If
I mean,
we
I
can
could
get
turn
this
into
thing
ice.
on our side, that could be helpful if it
Mhm.
hatches.
What I'm thinking. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's
it
get it.
listened to you before, right?
Yes, it did. It absolutely did.
So maybe we should let it hatch.
I
Well,
mean,
let me do something first, and Lars will go around and he wants to clean off this stone, the meteor, as much as possible, kind of tidy everything up. And what he's going to do is he's going to go over to that little pile of the chips that we had kind of kicked off to the side, and he's going to use his knife, and he's going to cut his arm, and he's going to drip a drop of blood onto that little pile, and he's going to use Summon the Loyal Servant.
You're dripping this pile on the shards of the meteor?
Yep.
Meteorite?
Yep.
As you do, even before anything else happens, there's a sizzling noise, and these shards immediately start disintegrating. Anything that touched your blood is kind of just melting almost the way that it was doing when it was held by Jonas and Nate and was thrust into the body of the Sanguine Duke. They don't melt completely because you don't drop that much blood. But what were you doing with this contract? Did you say?
Summon the Loyal Servant. It's on page 129.
Right.
Changeling cuts his hand and lets a droplet of blood fall onto the substance of his choice.
Mm-hmm.
Fire from a lit candle, shadows hiding in the corner, pile of leaves and twigs are all valid targets. So I figured a pile of this substance. Substance animates into a small servant, which is intelligence of a dog and can carry out simple commands. It's also perceptive enough to notice threats to the changeling or itself. And the loophole is that I perform a significant favor for the element or material, such as thoroughly cleaning a public fountain or publishing a large stone statue.
Right. So what is the favor you're doing?
No, it creates a servant. For
Yes, but
made out of
the
that.
loophole.
The favor was cleaning it off.
Right. So you're cleaning it off. You are not sure if it works initially. There's this sizzling certainly seems strange, but then there is an almost wailing sound as these things just kind of tremble and begin to coil into another and just meld into this strange blob of multiple colors, eventually kind of taking the shape that you desired to have. It's ultimately a mass. The shards you have collected will give you maybe a cubic foot of mass to work with.
He probably want to form it into like a small humanoid shape.
Mm-hmm.
Is what-
Like a
and
baby.
probably with that amount of, that'd be about the size, yeah.
Hmm.
Little rock baby. What are we gonna name him? Lars, I feel like it was your idea to make him, so you should come up with a name.
Okay.
Crystal.
That's pretty fitting.
Hey, if we wrap this crystal baby up like a baby, and then gave that as the baby, and then when she opens it up and it jumps on her face.
That's actually not a horrible idea.
Okay, let's put it on the list though, okay?
Actually,
But
like,
that is-
legitimately a good idea, I think. I like
Plan
it.
C.
Where I was going.
Crystal.
Good idea. All right, mark it down. Nova had a good idea, and everyone agreed. And
Put
it
it on
didn't
the
involve
calendar.
fire. Yeah.
Everyone take clarity damage.
Oh.
No. Nova's had plenty of good ideas.
Nova's had some really good ideas, yes.
Nova's
And,
good at
Tide
thinking.
as well.
Lars had intended
You guys, I gotta take a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Keep talking. I just stopped the video.
Sure.
to just have this start making a workshop for him, but when you say that, he's like, I guess that would probably work. But we would need to have more of this because this won't last very long.
An army of babies?
Well, I mean, I do have to bleed on them,
Oh.
so maybe
Right.
not that many.
Run out of blood. And this also could
We-
just be like a backup. Like we can still go for like the stab fight, but then we'd be like, oh no, we lost. And here's the baby. And then boom.
I mean, we could also try and go to the pharmacy. There's some supplements and stuff that you can take. That like helps you bring up iron and stuff. But I don't think you can lose. I believe if
I mean, that would be
if
a
I paid
lot of
attention
blood.
in biology, you can lose up to half a liter. How much
How-
is that?
How much is that in a pint?
of
think
blood,
that's a
right?
pint.
I think. I might have remembered wrong, but let's put that as plan.
C
What?
Cop-
C. Okay,
for
that's
copper.
child. Okay,
Crystal.
Crystal. Sorry.
The Jonas, you've been, of course, kind of passively observing this absurd dialogue as you usually do.
Yes.
It's been kind of hard to breathe the last couple of minutes, and you are developing a little bit of a pressure headache.
Jonas is just gonna like sit down and look at them talking and trying to think, like trying to get his mind off. Okay, make a plan, trying to figure out a battle plan, since that's where we're going. But getting lost in his thoughts, trying to fight the headache, basically.
The rest of you are, of course, also slowly developing this headache. And Nate, you also notice that it used to be a bit of a sunny day. Now it's really cloudy, dark.
Anyone else noticing? Is anybody else feeling this headache?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like behind my eyes.
What's with the weather? This is I don't like this feeling. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Should we leave this place before something bad happens, or should we stay and see what bad happens?
Lightning
What was that?
strikes very, very close to where you are.
Oh shit.
Okay. Let's go. Lars will quickly issue some commands to his little servant to start collecting like dead wood.
Mm-hmm.
Create a pile over there.
Okay. Yeah, the little still wailing. By the way, it's still making this strange high-pitched noise. It just starts gathering these things for you. Another lightning bolt strikes down, and you feel actually rain starts pitter-pattering down on you. This lightning bolt you saw, it must have been 100 feet away from you.
Time to go.
I give a quick glance over to the if Silas has it out, the egg.
Yeah, the egg is right now in a pile of cloth on the ground, and it's actually glowing, kind of like how Tide would glow, but this is a deep purple, kind of drumming, heartbeat-like glow that seems to be building in intensity, and you see the same pulsating light within the larger meteorite that you've uncovered. It's just pulsating with this light.
Okay, I just kind of like leave my arms out in the rain so they get wet, and then I try to like just make them into ice to form like a little bit of a protective barrier, and just like kind of like trying to make a shield but not really, and just like, we should probably back away. This is probably gonna blow or open or whatever dragon eggs do.
How close are you all to the meteorite right now?
Oh, Lars has been.
Yeah, I'm probably right on top
Let's
of
go.
it.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the meteorite... Oh, sorry.
Jonas is probably within like 20 feet or something. He's still staying, like, giving it a quick glance, see what's going on.
You're momentarily blinded by the flash as lightning strikes the meteorite completely. And this wave of hot air just hits you so bad. And you stumble backwards almost. And then more and more lightning bolts start hitting here. And it is... the crackling of ozone, the smell of burnt air around you is overpowering.
Jonas starts running.
Wait, Nate was on top of the...
I was like right next to it.
Oh. Nate.
Yeah.
How about you do a Dex athletics roll to get the hell off that rock?
Before the lightning strikes, that is a 1 success.
All right. So
can I try to cover him in ice for
I
protection?
don't know.
Is that a dexterity thing?
No, because when it struck, you were covering yourself in ice.
Yeah.
So, Nate.
Is this where you die?
No, you don't die. But what happens is you fly. You fly very far. You're chucked off the meteorite as it hits, and you feel this intense burning pain all over your body as you feel your heart stop for a little bit.
Oh.
And then it stops completely.
The pain, am I conscious?
You're quickly fading out of consciousness as your heart stops beating.
Oh shit.
He lands roughly in front of Jonas, who's turning to run now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm just like gonna grab Nate, like trying to get him up on his feet as best as I can.
He is not moving.
I can't stand on my own right now.
Oh, is he? I'm seeing like that he is like fading out.
He is gone right now. Like, no motion from him at all whatsoever.
Fuck.
Burned, but
just gonna like, come on, buddy, get up, and I'm gonna do my kith thing, where I heal him but take clarity damage.
Absolutely, you can do that. Clarity damage. Ouch.
Yeah.
So how much does that heal per point of clarity?
I think it's 1-to-1.
1-to-1. Okay, so you're healing him just to the point where his heart starts beating again, I'm presuming?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm like, come on,
Okay.
Val, come on, get up.
That will be 2 points of clarity damage. Nate, you wake up.
Oh my god.
God, that really hurts.
Yeah,
You think your legs might have melted a bit.
Oh, yeah, do I look down? Oh, that's not good.
No. But you're awake. Lightning
I have to go to
keeps
the local
striking
jeweler to
the
get
stone.
myself fixed.
Jonas is like, come on now, come, let's go. We gotta run. Things are exploding.
I run to them.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'll
like-
start trying to get out of there.
Lars, your little thing is collecting firewood right now, or do you give it any other orders, or are you going to leave it doing that? It doesn't seem to be particularly bothered by the lightning storm.
No, I will have it grab Nate and drag him out of here, I guess.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
It grabs onto Nate's clothes, which thankfully doesn't hurt Nate himself.
Brilliant.
And it's dragging you away, half dragging you. I guess you can move a little bit on your own, but it's helping you out. And you are moving. I feel like the fate of the dragon's egg will be left for next session, because I think that Silas should have a say in what happens to it. But as you're moving away, you see how the meteorite is melting. With each lightning strike, it's just dissolving.
So there's more lightning hitting it?
Oh yeah, just keeps hitting it over and over again. And you see sparks of these collars. Collars you've
can't
never
let it
seen
get-
before.
Oh, jeez. We can't let it melt.
I don't think we have much choice.
Welcome back, Silas. Silas, the meteorite is melting right now. It's being hit by lightning multiple times. One of them almost hit Nate, who barely survived. The dragon's egg is currently on the ground. Are you going to try to retrieve it? It's fairly close to the meteorite.
I'm going to try and retrieve it. I don't
Gotcha.
want to be hit by the lightning.
Dex athletics roll, please.
It's 4 dice.
I think so.
The 4 dice are 3, I think 4.
Yes, Dex athletics. That's 3 dice.
That's a crit, so I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
One success.
1 success. Okay. You make your way over and kind of take up the wrapped egg of the dragon, which is pulsating with this purple light, which is a light that everyone also saw pulsating within the meteorite before it started getting hit by lightning. And as you pick it up, as you start carrying it away, this pulsating light begins to fade. And as you're running, the lightning strikes once more, and you take 2 points of damage. No, 1 point, sorry, of lethal damage as it strikes down behind you, hurting you again. But thankfully, your skin is thick enough that it burns your skin, but it doesn't do any more harm than that. And you're all roughly within safe distance from the meteorite, which at the moment is melting in this lightning storm. What do you do?
What if we make a lightning rod? Take this little baby, hoist it up on a long stick, so we can go and collect the rest of the meteorite.
I think in blind reflex, Tide turns around and just like tries to freeze some of the rain that's melting down. It's pouring down or whatever. Like it's raining, right?
What
Tries to,
contract
like-
is this with the freezing?
I don't know. Whatever. I
It's
can't
just
like
a tide
manipulate.
power.
No, I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can do.
I think we're playing a lot of
can't do.
Calvin Ball with your powers. I really need you to tell me what contracts you're using.
Let me see. There is one that I can do. No, it doesn't do that. I'm sorry.
Jonas is just standing, looking confused around himself, and not really sure what's going on right now.
Oh, I found it. It says in or surrounded by water, mundane actions. I can do them 3 yards or 3 meters away. I assumed that meant just like changing to ice and like that's where the thing is coming from, but I don't think that I'm close enough then.
No, 3 yards is way too close to protect the meteorite.
Damn it.
That would be within getting hit by lightning bolt, almost. Lightning bolt.
Yeah. But does everybody? How do we feel about the lightning rod idea?
Yeah, give me a second. And
Yep.
Lars will go behind a tree and go, oh, look what I found. And activate Hidden Reality and Contract,
Mm-hmm.
which allows him to basically summon whatever he needs.
Ooh. Is that the same power as Nate's?
Mine is discrete summons.
Uh-huh.
No, mine is character manages the world not as it is, but how it might be, and chooses one of the differences to become reality. They alter a feature of her surroundings as long as it could have always been this way.
Mm-hmm.
So there could have been a large steel pole left in the woods behind a tree. So he removes it.
Some
from-
rebar or something.
Okay,
there.
but that means you must pay an additional point of glamour to create a whole new object that could reasonably be found in the area. Like a set of keys on a nearby table or a car parked
Yep.
in the garage.
My loophole
Mm-hmm.
is that I make a show of looking for the feature, turning a box over in his hands or pressing random parts of it before he finds the secret compartment and expresses surprise when she finds it.
You will have to
Oh, it
do
needs to take
this.
a minute. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. It needs to take a
I
whole minute.
missed that part.
So that's 2 points of glamour. If you
Okay, 2 points of glamour.
Yeah. But yes, you do find the pole. Suddenly, someone must have.
Somebody must have left this here years ago.
Strange that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to get this pole planted, and then maybe Silas get in there, grab the meteorite, and then we'll try to book it out of there.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay, so Lars hands the pole to his little buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Says, go stick it in the ground over there.
It screeches as it walks over to stick it in the ground. And almost immediately as it walks out in the open to bury it, a lightning bolt strikes down into the pole, the metal becoming searing orange for a second, and the little figurine just shakes but reaches where it's supposed to put it down and sticks it in the ground. And you can see it's bubbling as well, like it's on the point of melting, but it's still keeping it together.
Okay, we only got a few seconds. Let's go.
There is, I would say at this point of the meteorite, there's about 2 cubic feet left of it.
Oh, that's heavy, but we've got Silas. He's pretty strong, and I can maybe help out.
Can you even stand? What happened to your legs?
Yeah, I'm not very strong right now. Yeah, my legs are a bit just a bit melted, out of shape a bit. Not to the point where it would hurt my walking, but they're not as well finely formed as before. My legs are now doughy. Is that metal cellulite?
Your knees kind of slip to the side. It's a little, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How are you going to carry this, considering it also starts burning you when you hold this material?
Well,
I'll just take my shirt off and be like, put this on your hands.
it's wet though, right? Can I try to cover it in ice now?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Yes.
But not cover it. You can put enough because it's raining. It's not a river. So it's not nearly as much water to cover the entire rock. But you can cover enough places for people to carry it. It will be very cold.
Better
Do
than
you
burning.
want cold or do you want hot?
Yep, it's better than burning. So yeah, let's
get out of here.
No one's got a mirror with them, or you.
yeah, I can't summon a mirror big enough.
You grab. Who grabs it, by the way? Is it Silas? You're also holding the dragon's egg right now.
Here, I'll get the egg, Silas. You get the meteorite.
Yeah, I'll hand it off to Nate so he can hold on to the egg.
Okay.
I don't know if I can help while I'm doing the icing thing.
I would say because you need to keep it being ice. It's a pretty warm day and it's raining. You're not going to be able to hold it as well. 2 cubic feet. I think it's heavy. It's really heavy. And holding on to ice... Silas, I'm going to have to require a strength check from you, please. Which, honestly, not the worst thing in the world, but certainly a challenge.
Oh, exceptional. 5 successes.
5 successes. Not a problem. You manage to grab onto these little, like, Tida's made little handles almost in the ice. So you sink your fingers in there and you lift this massive 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot rock, and it's sizzling and hissing, and there's weird fumes coming up, and you just hold your breath carrying it away. And you start hurrying back towards the forest. And this is a clearing, of course, so hence the lightning. But you quickly head in towards the trees. And as you move, the thing stops sizzling a little bit and seems to almost fade. But the purple pulsating light continues as Nate falls after holding the egg. And as you head further into the forest, the trickle of rain becomes no rain at all, and the clouds begin to disperse slowly in the air. And I think that as you enter out of the forest near the mines is where we will finish the game for today.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
We're all alive.
Yeah, you're all alive. Well,
Apparently.
I died once, but now I'm alive again.
All that matters is the now.
We also don't know what's happened over at Jones, so.
Oh, dear Flicker.
What?
Yeah.
Are you smelling something burning?
I miss Flicker.
Swear to God.
Yeah. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit tired. I've slept poorly last night, so I'm about to crash. We'll see you everyone next week. Hopefully we'll see what they can do with this 2 cubic feet of strange colors out of space. And until then, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Bye.
Take care of your loved ones, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody.